gosh.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Mom! Don't freak out.
Holy, he jumped on the boat.
A seasoned fisherman out on the open sea cast his line into the water, expecting nothing more than a routine catch. But what if, instead of a typical fish, he pulls up something that defies all logic and belief? Something so extraordinary, so unbelievable, it would shock the entire world.
It's another fish. Here's a stingray, and that was also fluorescent.
Well, today we're diving into the mind-blowing tales of fishermen who lived through that very moment. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Number 1. Vampire-looking fish. A group of seasoned Mexican fishermen cast their lines, hoping to catch their usual fish. But what did they pull up? It was like something you'd only see in nightmares. A toothy triggerfish staring back. This bizarre-looking creature, part of the Bioluminescent family, has sharp, scary teeth that could remind you of those creepy vampire stories.
The striking aspect is not just the teeth themselves, but their vivid reddish color.
And its teeth are bright red, almost like it just finished a fresh meal. Creepy, right? But these fish aren't just hanging around the Mexican coast. They've been spotted along the east coast of Africa too, from the chilly waters of South Africa all the way up to the tropical Red Sea. And if you think that's wild, they've even been seen as far away as southern Japan. Guess these guys have better travel life than most of us. Number 2. Giant goldfish. When you think of goldfish, what comes to mind? Tiny, delicate fish in aquariums, right? But did you know that goldfish can actually grow to be massive? Check this out. Andy Hackett, a skilled angler, caught one of the biggest goldfish ever. This amazing catch happened at a fishing farm in Champagne, France.
This incredible catch took place at a beautiful fishing farm nestled in Champagne, France.
Meet Carrot, the giant goldfish with a bright orange hue, weighing an astonishing 30.5 kg. Did you know Carrot isn't just any goldfish? She's a unique hybrid of a leather carp and a koi carp. Now that's one fish you wouldn't want to carry around in a plastic bag. Number 3. Plastic island. Plastic islands in the ocean. It sounds like science fiction, but it's a reality. There are 13 plastic islands hidden beneath our oceans. Yes, you heard that right. These islands are made mostly of discarded plastic and are a huge environmental problem. Also, there's this thing called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's like the largest plastic island ever, and it's twice as big as Texas. But how do these huge piles of plastic form? Well, that's all due to ocean currents that trap and gather plastic waste, creating these floating islands. What's even scarier, among all this waste are tiny bits of plastic called microplastics.
The intricate dance of ocean currents plays a pivotal role, gathering and capturing vast quantities of plastic beneath the ocean's surface.
They're nearly invisible, but super harmful. They mix into the ocean and affect marine life. And guess what? They can even end up in the seafood we eat. So if you're a seafood lover, it's definitely time to start thinking about that. Number 4. Shark near unaware swimmers. Drone footage from Miami Beach shows some close encounters between swimmers and a tiger shark on the day after Thanksgiving. Can you spot the shark? Try again. Yup, there's a tiger shark, and it's swimming right alongside people. Can you believe it? They don't even seem to notice. Even the guy who filmed this said he had no idea how big the shark was until he saw it in the video. That was insane. A shark that close and you didn't even notice? Pretty wild, right? Number 5. Mermaid. We think of mermaids as nothing more than a myth, right? But this latest underwater footage might just make you think otherwise. A submersible, equipped with high-definition cameras, has reportedly captured footage of a creature resembling a mermaid. This discovery happened during a deep-sea expedition on March 6th. The team of marine biologists and geologists was exploring uncharted underwater regions when they saw it. What did they find? A figure that looks like a mermaid, a creature often thought to be just a legend. As the submersible moved through the dark waters, the crew was stunned. Could this be real? That's surely one for the history books. Number 6. Rare albino whale. Ever dream of spotting one of the rarest creatures in the ocean? Well, imagine seeing a completely white or albino whale. These whales are incredibly rare and unique, and this stunning all-white appearance is caused by a genetic condition called albinism. So, what is albinism? It's when an animal lacks the pigment that usually gives it color, which is why this whale's skin looks pure white. Pretty cool, right? This condition is extremely uncommon in whales, making sightings of albino whales a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One of the most famous albino whales out there is Migaloo. He's a white humpback whale first spotted off the coast of Australia in 1991. And seeing a whale like Migaloo is like hitting the jackpot of wildlife sightings. Number 7. Giant squid surfacing. Giant squid. This deep ocean dweller is one of the biggest squids in the world. Females can grow up to about 12-13 meters long, while males reach around 10 meters. Pretty massive, right? The most attention-grabbing feature? Its tentacles. They can stretch up to 9 to 10 meters. Now, the body of the giant squid itself is around 2 meters long. Add in the tentacles, and its total length can rarely exceed 5 meters. Have you heard those wild stories about squids reaching 20 meters or more? Well, there's no solid proof for that, just rumors, you know. So, next time someone tells you a giant squid story, you can say, "Seen it, and it's awesome." Number 8. 90-million-year-old fossil. A simple fishing trip of a fisherman turned into a journey into the past 90 million years old. During a fishing tournament, he cast his trap and missed the mark, but what he pulled up instead was anything but ordinary. At first, he thought it was just an old skeleton and kept on fishing. But here's where it gets interesting. After the tournament, he shared photos of his find, and friends started buzzing with excitement. Why? Because it looked like a precious fossil. Shocked and curious, he reached out to the Army Corps of Engineers who managed the riverbed. They asked him to send a photo to a retired geologist for a closer look, and the geologist was blown away and confirmed it was a 90-million-year-old fish, now known as the bulldog fish.
It's a 90-million-year-old fish, nicknamed the bulldog fish.
How cool is that? For this fisherman, it's definitely his best catch ever. Number 9. Giant crocodiles. This drone was capturing crocodiles underwater, but things took an unexpected turn. You can spot in the footage a group of giant crocodiles basking in the sun. These were no ordinary crocodiles. They were huge, with jaws capable of crushing bones. Suddenly, one of these enormous reptiles spotted a drone. With a powerful splash, it lunged towards it, snapping its massive jaws. The drone hovered just above the water, but the crocodile wasn't giving up. It thrashed around, trying to catch the flying intruder. The crocodile's attack was fierce, and it was clear it didn't take kindly to visitors. In the end, the drone managed to fly out of the crocodile's reach and return safely. Well, looks like crocodiles also don't like uninvited guests. Number 10. Bioluminescent algae. Do you know why this beach is glowing at night? It's due to a phenomenon called bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is when living things produce and emit light through a chemical reaction. This glowing effect can be seen in various creatures, including marine animals, certain fungi, some bacteria, and even fireflies. So, how does it work? It involves a molecule called luciferin and an enzyme called luciferase. The enzyme helps luciferin produce light through a chemical reaction.
You get that lights get emitted by the algae through a chemical process.
Seriously, who needs neon lights when you've got bioluminescence? Number 11. Shark jumps onto fisherman's boat. A mako shark jumped out of the water and landed right on a boat. It got stuck on the guardrail, thrashing around and even trying to bite through it. But the fisherman didn't help it back into the water. Instead, the shark managed to free itself and get back in on its own. Talk about a self-rescue mission. Number 12. Cownose Raise. Nature's putting on a show, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Over the weekend, something incredible happened near Marco Island. Thousands of Cownose Rays filled the waters, creating an unforgettable scene. It all happened close to the Jolly Bridge, and one local captured it all with his drone so we could see it too. Mike Smith, who's new to Marco Island, heard about the raise from a friend and grabbed his drone to check it out. What do you think he saw? A massive school of rays swimming together. What a sight! Number 13. Humpback whale landing on kayakers. Whale watchers off the coast of California were in for a wild surprise when a huge humpback whale, weighing about 50 tons, suddenly jumped out of the water and came crashing down right on top of a kayak. Can you believe that? Amazingly, the kayakers survived. Number 14. Shark hunting seal. In this drone footage, you can see a shark searching every corner of its familiar territory. As the tide rises, the shark inches closer to the rocks, making the seal's hiding spots increasingly risky. Then, out of nowhere, the shark spots another creature in shallow water. Could it be another shark? But wait, look at that. A lone seal surfaces for a breath of air. And then the shark lunges at the seal. What a brutal attack. Number 15. Shark attack. In a heart-pounding moment captured on video, a shark attack happened just feet away from surfers near Cape Cod. What went down? On a calm, sunny day at the beach, surfers were enjoying the waves and the water. But then, suddenly, the scene changes. Out of nowhere, sharks surface close to where the surfers are paddling. You can hear the gasp from onlookers as the shark lunges, creating a chaotic splash. Surfers scramble to get out of the water. Number 16. Mysterious creature. For years, people visiting Loch Ness in Scotland have been claiming they've seen a monster rising from the depths, and now some are wondering if Nessie has made its way to the United States. So, what exactly is that thing? People were stunned when they saw this giant sea creature. One person even said it looked like a dinosaur. The internet was making all sorts of comparisons to the Loch Ness Monster from Scottish folklore. But what's the real story here? Wildlife expert Ron McGill explains that what people saw was just a smaller whale briefly coming up to the surface. You could clearly see its blowhole at the front and its tail flukes at the back. Number 17. Whale sharks rescued from net. These guys are about to pull off an amazing rescue. 4 whale sharks trapped in a net. The team dove into the stunning waters of Cendrawasih Bay in West Papua, Indonesia, for a dive, but it didn't take long for them to spot the trouble. Whale sharks caught in a net. Without wasting any time, they jumped into action to free the giants of the sea. The first 2 whale sharks wriggled free with relative ease, but the other 2, they needed a bit of extra help from the divers. While some divers pulled on the net, others gently guided the whale sharks to safety. And the sharks were so thankful they even stuck around, swimming near the divers who saved them. These sharks definitely know how to pay thanks. Number 18. Impaled by marlin. Russell and his buddies were out in the ocean, fishing for the big catch. But things took a wild turn when Russell got impaled by a marlin. Despite the serious injury, check out this video where Russell is smiling and even throwing up a sharka sign with a spear sticking through his leg. This guy is literally something else.
Well, it went in point first, this way. Oh.
And when asked what he did with the fish and what he'll do with the marlin's bill, Russell's response was clear. His buddy sold the fish, but he plans to keep the marlin's bill as a memento to tell his amazing story. Well, Russell's definitely got a story to tell for life now. Number 19. Man fight with white shark. A man, completely unaware of the danger hiding beneath the surface, jumps into Sydney Harbour for a swim, and then a great white shark appears. The man's world is turned upside down as he realizes he's in a fight for his life. Will he manage to save himself? Luckily, yes. The man uses everything he has, his hands, his feet, to push the shark away. It's a terrifying moment, but he doesn't give up. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, the man, shaken but safe, makes his way back to shore. That was absolutely insane, wasn't it? Number 20. Struggling sea turtle. In the vast blue ocean, a sea turtle is caught in a nightmare, a fishing net that's left her trapped, scared, and alone. What's going to happen to her? But wait, look at this. Out of nowhere, a person appears in the water. Well, he was out on a boat with friends, hoping to see some whales. But when he saw the net and the tangled turtle, he knew whale watching would have to wait. So, the man swam over as fast as he could and began cutting the net with his knife.
He needed to work slowly and carefully to avoid hurting the turtle.
But cutting through the net wasn't easy. Just as he started to worry about whether he could free the turtle before it got dark, 2 more people from the boat jumped in to help. Now that's great teamwork, I would say. Number 21. Pink dolphin. Meet the pink dolphin, a cherished part of Hong Kong's marine life. These dolphins, with their distinctive pink color and friendly nature, have been gracing the waters around Hong Kong for years. But did you know their numbers have dropped a lot? Just a decade ago, there were around 158 dolphins here, but now we're down to only about 61, an alarming 60% drop.
They are an important part of Hong Kong community, and you want them to, continue to utilize Hong Kong as part of their range.
These dolphins are like the celebrities of Hong Kong's waters. Don't you think we've got to do better for these dolphins? Number 22. UFO crashing into ocean. What happened in Hawaii has everyone scratching their heads. The Federal Aviation Administration says there were no plane incidents or accidents reported, but multiple people saw a huge blue object fall from the sky into the ocean. You can check out this video that was shot by Misitina Sape at 8:26 p.m. near Haleakala Avenue in Nanakuli. Moments later, Mariah spotted the same blue object passing over Princess Kahanu Estates. She called her husband, urging him to look up. Despite not believing in UFOs, Mariah was so intrigued that she and her husband followed the mysterious object in their car. It looked bigger than a telephone pole and didn't make a sound. They saw it drop into the ocean about 3 miles from where they first spotted it. What do you think it was? Number 23. Giant sunfish encounter. Sunfish, the true giant of the sea, it's 15 feet long and 12 feet wide, weighing up to 5,000 pounds. It almost seems like it's from another planet. This jaw-dropping footage was captured off the coast of Portugal. Corbin Maxey, a marine biologist, says these sunfish can get as big as a truck. Despite their intimidating appearance, they're completely harmless to humans and actually quite curious about divers. But wait, did you notice its mouth never closes? Number 24. Glow-in-the-dark sharks. It all started when the National Geographic team discovered the first bioluminescent fish, a small eel, while diving at night off the coast of Little Cayman Island. As they continued exploring, they spotted even more glowing fish and a stingray. What seemed like a rare find turned out to be just the tip of the iceberg. Fast forward to the summer of 2012, and they were off to the Solomon Islands, right in the heart of the Coral Triangle.
To see that this is something that extends beyond the bony fish and it goes into the cartilaginous fish, into the rays, maybe it'll also be in sharks.
And there they found out that bioluminescence wasn't just a fish thing. It extended to rays and even sharks. It's like the ocean has its own hidden light show. How cool is that? Number 25. Sea serpent. What if I told you that a group of snorkelers discovered a creature so rare it seems straight out of a myth? That's right, a 12-foot sea giant. One beachgoer couldn't believe their eyes and said, "It's as long as a surfboard. This could feed me for a whole 2 months." So, what was this incredible creature? It's an oarfish, a fish so rare it's almost mythical. According to the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, this is only the 20th oarfish to wash up on California shores since 1901. Oarfish can grow up to 30 feet long and have earned the nickname doomsday fish because some believe they predict natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis.
They wash up on the beach either before or after, depending on who you talk to, earthquake or major earthquake or a tsunami. And this has been centuries in Japanese mythology and folklore.
Why do they have this reputation? Maybe because they usually live way down deep, between 600 and 3,000 feet underwater. So spotting one near the surface is incredibly rare. Number 26. Fisherman's secret. About 10 years ago, a fisherman in the Philippines stumbled upon an absolutely massive pearl while out at sea. I am talking about 75 pounds of pure, stunning treasure. And you know what? He just kept it hidden under his bed, thinking of it as a lucky charm. Little did he know, this pearl was worth a whopping 100 million. Earlier this year, a fire destroyed his small wooden home. With everything lost, he had to move and clear out his belongings. That's when he finally decided to hand over the pearl to the local tourism office. Number 27. Massage in bottle. Imagine this, two strangers meet, thanks to a message in a bottle. How cool is that? It all started with 21-year-old Cassidy Beach, who was vacationing in Turks and Caicos. While hiking some cliffs, she stumbled upon a bottle in the marine debris. When she opened it and saw the date inside, she was thrilled. The date, September 30th, 2004. Pretty old, right? The note read, "Greetings. This bottle was thrown off a fishing boat while cod fishing somewhere east of Nantucket Island. I hope finding it brings you good luck, as it's a rare find. Please let me know when and where you found it. I look forward to hearing from you. Pennell Ames." Guess what? Pennell Ames had written over 500 letters and tossed them into the ocean off Nantucket in the early 2000s. His bottles have traveled an incredible journey, reaching places like Canada, Scotland, Ireland, England, France, Spain, Portugal, the Canary Islands, and even as far as Bermuda, the Bahamas, Cuba, Belize, and Louisiana. What a ride, right? Number 28. Elmos fire. A fisherman named Prayer Sol had a day he'd never forget. While fishing like he usually does, he lifted something out of the water that made his heart race. What was it? A fish so strange and ugly, it scared him so much, he dropped it on the shore and ran home. Once Prayer calmed down, he decided to go back and check on the fish. But by the time he got there, it had already died. So he brought it home and measured it, 42 centimeters long and almost 3 kilos. But the wildest part, the fish had a tiny body, a huge head that almost looked human, and a wide, creepy mouth. The villagers thought it was a sign of bad luck, saying the fish would bring misfortune. But biologists explained it wasn't some evil spirit. It's actually called a stargazer. These weird-looking fish live in both shallow and deep waters. Number 29. Tongue replacement. Don Marks went on a fishing trip to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean near Cape Agulhas, expecting a normal day of fishing. But what did he find? Totally unexpected. He caught a 3-kilo red snapper. Pretty impressive, right? But that's not what shocked him. When he went to remove the hook, he noticed something super weird inside the fish's mouth. No tongue, just this gross, alien-looking creature. Now, Don's been fishing since he was a kid, and even he had never seen anything like it. So, he snapped a photo and sent it to his friend, biologist Nico Smith. And what Nico told him is astounding. Turns out, that creepy creature is a parasite from the isopod family.
These animals feed on the tongues of snappers. Gradually, by sucking blood and consuming flesh, they leave the fish tongueless.
Number 30. Face-to-face with 8-foot shark. Vacations are for relaxing until a shark decides to crash the party. This mum had the scare of her life, and I am sure you will not want to miss how it all went down. So here it is. This mum, Iso Machado, had just slid down an inflatable slide off their rented yacht in the Bahamas when she came face-to-face with an 8-foot shark. Yes, 8 feet. One moment she's casually sliding into the water, and the next there's this massive shark right in front of her. And that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get all our videos on time. Until next time.